Want to be able to truly customize and personalize your automated emails so that it doesn't look like a system-generated email? Let me show you 5 areas that's truly unique to Pipeline when you enable email white labeling. Number 1, the from email address. Unlike other apps where all you can change is the display name and not the actual email address, like in this example, in Pipeline, when you white label, you can actually use your company's email address, like in this example, where it's from your info box. That way, your customers know it's legitimately coming from a trusted email source. Which brings us to number 2, custom from emails for each step. Having a custom system-wide from email address is good, but it doesn't work for all scenarios, like in this example where you're welcoming a new customer. You definitely don't want this to come from a generic info box. So in Pipeline, you can customize the from for each step if you want to. And in this case, for welcoming new customers, you definitely want to. And if we go back and compare it with the generic info box, just look at the difference. Number 3, reminders. When a system sends reminders, they often just send the same email again, which is why most people tend to ignore system reminders because it all looks the same. That's why in Pipeline, if you turn on email white labeling, we insert a short reminder intro at the top, just like how you would actually write, like, I'm following up on this, bumping this up in your inbox, and don't forget, etc. And by default, Pipeline comes with 4 different variations for each reminder, for a total of 16 possible combinations. And if you don't like these system defaults, you can customize them to match your writing style. Which leads us to number 4, custom reminder intros for each step. Having system-wide default reminder intros is good, but like before, sometimes you need something super custom, like in this example for collecting payment. Obviously, the default reminder language isn't going to work here, so in Pipeline, you can customize the reminder language specifically for this step so that, as an example, it can match your payment policy. The first reminder intro is pretty standard. The second reminder talks about the late fee. The third reminder tells them this is the last chance to avoid the late fee, and the fourth reminder and beyond now states that the late fee is now in effect. Look how easy this was to set up. Number 5, escalations. When reminders get ignored, steps get escalated. And sometimes you don't want the escalation to come from the original requester, but instead, you may want it to come from their manager or a VP. So that's why in Pipeline, if you have email white label turned on, you can customize who in your company this escalation comes from. And in this case, I'm going to use the VP's email. So now, escalations for this step will come from the VP's actual email address to raise the level of urgency. Look how much we can customize when you have white labeling turned on. From the from email address, to the reminder intros, to escalations, and all of that using actual email addresses from your company. And best of all, everything is automated. Just contact us to get started.